Our defense didn't say a word to me. They got their butts on the field. They got the 3 and out that we needed. Drew works his way back down the field and puts me almost in an identical position. I knew that this kick was pretty much a career maker or breaker for me.
And here comes Travis Walsh, officially 33 yards.
I had all the faith in the world in Travis, and even though he missed the first one, we knew that if we give him another opportunity, he'll make it.
Here's the snap, the placement, and the boot. It is up! It is good! It's good! It's good! It's good! 4 seconds to go! Travis George has the monkey off his back. Purdue leads Michigan 32-31.
I think, again, the thing most fans are going to remember is the obscene gesture that Dorsch made toward the fans.
The emotion came to a head there, and I went and I saluted our student section and thanked them for all the support in the offseason.
That was obviously a breakthrough win for the program. I think that's the game that Tiller kept pointing to, that, you know, maybe the program may come of age.
It was a beautiful feeling. Being a sea of madness, I mean, it was crazy. And I remember, like, everybody's in there just grabbing on you, like, telling you, they were so happy.
That's the epitome of complementary football. You know, both sides working with each other, making plays for each other, putting each other in good positions, and just knowing that this is our time, and this will be a defining moment for our team this year, but also our program.
As the crowd stormed the field after Purdue's 32-31 upset of 6th-ranked Michigan, tight end Tim Stratton's entry into the celebration almost cost him some equipment and playing time.
I remember handing my helmet to a kid from one of my classes and saying, hold on to this. So that was kind of fun. They let me down from the goalpost. I crowd surfed to the 50-yard line. I realized I didn't remember my helmet with me.
Tim was an idiot, you know? I don't know how you lose a helmet, but he managed to do it.
Stratton, he and I did our share of jousting. We needed to show everybody that the team is the team. It isn't one guy.
That night, one of our roommates got a call. He called from the University Computer Lab and said, is Tim Stratton there? He goes, well, can you please tell him his helmet is where he left it underneath the north end zone goalpost with a note in it. Turns out the kid had broken into the stadium, put my helmet underneath the goalpost, which I was hanging off of, and a note inside which had read, Dear Mr. Stratton, I hope this helmet brings you as much pleasure as it has brought me the past few days. And I was able to play against Northwestern.
The second half stand against the Wolverines signaled the arrival of a stout Purdue defense.
This defense should not have been a good defense if you look at it on paper with the freshmen that were starting.
Technique-wise, I didn't know anything about technique. I could tackle, but as far as backpedaling, I couldn't really even backpedal.
Stu Schweiger, when we needed him, he came up with those hits that put some fear into the receivers.
No, I think it is the untold story of this football team, without question. We had guys come in and contribute that you really didn't expect on this defense.
It went from being a young, inexperienced defense to one that started to gain confidence and really started to play well after that.
When you look at Gilbert Gardner, Joe Odom, Landon Johnson, all were linebackers on that team, all were NFL draft choices. You look at the defensive line where any great defense starts, Matt Mitrione wasn't picked. He was a real character and a real brawler inside at a tackle spot. Craig Terrell was a draft choice. He played in the NFL for a long time. Aiken Adele coming off the edge. Then Sean Phillips was a real special pass rusher.
Purdue's roll through October continued in Evanston. Drew Brees threw 5 touchdowns, 3 to John Standiford, 2 to Vinny Sutherland. And the defense forced 3 turnovers in a road win over 17th-ranked Northwestern. Now 5-2, the Boilermakers next visited Camp Randall, where they hadn't won since 1988.
It was a very difficult place to play. We always got our butts handed to us when we played in Madison.
That was just a good, hard-nosed football game. You know, it was back and forth, a good OT.
They had the ball first. There was something I know in our minds that we had talked about, like, look, don't even give them the chance to score. I know not a touchdown, not a field goal.
Sacked by Aiken Adele. 3rd sack of the afternoon. Adele is putting on a clinic.
There was sort of a vibe on the sidelines like, hey, we can turn this into points. We can win this game right here.
Pasetsky comes onto the field, be 57 yards.
Craig breaks through the line. He gets it And with the bottom half of his arm, even his chest.
High snap, and the kick is blocked. Get it! It's picked up by the Boilermakers, and it's going to be Woodyard. He's going to score. He's going to score, and the Boilermakers win it in overtime.
I think for a minute there I stopped breathing. I was like, get in the end zone, get in the end zone.
Yeah, baby! It's all about the beat. It's all about the beat. It's all about the beat. You gotta believe, baby. Let's go.
I remember everyone piling up on me, and we're at the bottom like, okay, this is starting to get just, a little crazy.
Your destiny in your own hands. The Rose Bowl is still a possibility. That's got to be exciting.
Just win one more game. That's all Purdue needs to do. Just win one more.